You run something called Recent Individualism Freedom Institute.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of that, you run a summer program called the Great Connections Seminar. What, it lasts a few weeks every summer, is that?
Well, so far, we've only done it for 1 week. We've done it for 6 years. It's had very consistent results, so we're trying to expand it now. This year we're going for double enrollment, and eventually what we want to do is to expand it to more and more weeks and make it into a permanent institution. The idea of it is to provide not only teaching in really important knowledge and ideas across the liberal arts, so from poetry to physics, but use a methodology that highly nurtures independent thinking. So we use a special discussion methodology in our classrooms. We usually use selections from the classics because they tend to be the best that has been thought and said. And they tend to be the works that have had so much impact on our current civilization that if you understand them, you can understand where we are right now. The combination of those two highly shores up the students' ability to think for themselves. So use a very specialized methodology. It's evidence and reason-based discussion in a methodology called shared inquiry. We also want to bring in the real world. We want to make sure that whatever ideas we're studying in the classroom, we ask ourselves, well, what if we lived by these ideas, what would their impact be in the real world? So we try to do activities that connect up what's going on in everyday life with what we're studying in the classroom. So for example, we have a small talk about the history of Chicago and why it's the center of architecture. And then we have some study of architectural styles. We talk about building, what is the difference between architecture and building. And then we actually go out in the city and we tour around and look at the different buildings, look at the layout of the streets, learn about the history of why things are the way they are in the city of Chicago, to get them thinking about, not just accepting whatever's here as the given. Because that's the problem, is that whatever you grow up with, you tend to accept as the given, and you don't learn to ask yourself, how did this happen? Because how it happened is really important. Especially if it's a good thing, you want to make sure it happens in the future. Another thing that we do is we bring in very accomplished professionals from all different kinds of backgrounds to talk to the students. So we've had opera singers, we've had financiers, we've had physicists, factory owners, ballet dancers, entrepreneurs. They come in and they talk to the students about their life, how they chose what they did, how they navigated their life, why they enjoyed what they did, how they kept true to their values. And the students find this very eye-opening because, just like I said, you tend to just accept whatever you grew up with as the given. Well, most people only know whatever they grew up with in their family, like whatever profession or background they came from in their family. They don't have a wide knowledge of what's possible out there. This is an opportunity for them to meet people from all different walks of life and get a little taste of, well, what's possible, And especially our aim is to prepare the students to live well as autonomous and free human beings. And so this way it gives them an opportunity to find out, well, how did other people stick true to their values while they navigated their careers?
This is for primarily high school and college age students,
right,
that you do this.
Right. 16. Well, our official age is 16 to 24, but we kind of bend it on the long side. I don't want to go any younger because of the social difficulty, but on the other side, sometimes we'll include older students too. So what happens in our program as a consequence of the ideas, the methodology, we urge the students to make the connections between everything that we're studying, is this spontaneous creation of a kind of mini society of free individuals. The students that come out of our program over and over have said to me that they feel transformed, they've had their independence tremendously shored up, and they feel like they've lived 1 week in a free society. So it's a way for them to develop the habits and the values that you need to then go out and spread that in the rest of the society. Mm-hmm. So this is something that I consider one of our competitive advantages over other wonderful, there's many, many wonderful seminars in the summer that are teaching the ideas of a free society, but the particular methodology and society that we create in the seminar because of our methodology and our approach gives the students a different kind of experience.
Why would a parent want to send their child to the Great Connections seminar? I mean, you've said so many amazing, interesting things about it, but specifically if you're a parent, what would be motivating to a parent?
They will come home transformed. I've had multiple parents tell me that they came home changed. From the first year that we ran it, one mother said her 16-year-old came home as a man, whereas he had gone as a boy. Another mother a few years ago said her daughter, 17-year-old daughter, very, very bright, but extremely shy, so shy that when she wanted to communicate with her mother, she would email her. Came home from the seminar, immediately went out and got her driver's license and started tutoring adults at the local community college.
So it sounds to me like this is something that not only frees the individual to be the person that they truly want to be, but enables them to do that in a way that engenders true critical thinking, true examination of the society, true analysis of where their skills and abilities could actually have an impact within their society. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It shocked me that this could happen after 1 week. I mean, my aim is to establish a full-time institution. So if you could get this after 1 week, what would happen if you had a full-time institution? One of the proofs about how powerful the program is to me is I now have quite a few of the students actually working to help me with the program.
You've expanded this internationally already. So you're doing it here in Chicago, but you also have a program in Buenos Aires.
I don't know how many people in the audience here are aware of the tremendous problems they've had in Argentina in the last 40, 50 years due to the populist and fascist governments that they've had that have been taking away more and more of their freedoms. But there's quite a active group down there pushing for free society reforms. We actually ran one of these already, but we're supposed to do more this year. They want to run weekend seminars for businessmen, business people, to learn a lot of these ideas that, well, as the head of the organization puts it, makes North America so successful compared to the rest of the world. So we're going to use its methodology that we're using in the Great Connections in the summer. We'll be studying classics, and we're going to be organizing the business people to come up with projects to do that will help to reform their culture and their government.